What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your Umbrella Corporation leader, the Umbrella Router 97 here, and I'm back here with another live stream. You have read that title. So, in today's live stream, I'll be doing an open forum. You heard it right here, folks. Today, I'll be doing an open forum for those who are interested of watching this live stream that I am currently doing as of right now. But the one thing I gotta say is this. Let me go on ahead and get the party started. So I'm going to be doing what I usually have to be doing, and that is I will be activating my live chat. Okay, so just give me 1 second, and hopefully this will do the trick. Okay, there we go. That should be able to do it. So I really do hope that my live chat has been activated, so that way I can, continue with this live stream. So that is the one thing I want to be saying. Okay, so but anyways, to the people that will be happen to be watching this, I really do hope that there is going to be some people that will be able to express themselves and stuff like that. So anyways, I actually did it. Yep. So anyways, I'm going to go on ahead and see if there is going to be some people that will happen to make an appearance in the live chat, so that way I can actually, try to get started with this live stream. Yep. So, anyways, in the meantime, I'm gonna go on ahead and just wait for some people, so that way we'll be able to discuss some, random topics and whatnot. I mean, after all, this is an open forum, and I want to make sure that if there is going to be some people that will happen to make an appearance, that will be able to say their piece, and yeah. So, anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is I really do hope that there will happen to be some people in the live chat, so that way I can actually, try to continue more with this live stream and whatnot. Yep. So, anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though, that is for certain though, is so far you could say that, I guess you could say that we're off to a decent start, but I just want to make sure if there is going to be some people that will happen to make an appearance, because that's what makes these types of live streams all the more enjoyable to be watching. Yep. So I'm not quite sure if how am I gonna say this to us right now? Give me 1 second. There is one thing that I have to be checking. Okay, so I'll check it out in a bit. But the one thing that I am gonna be saying though, as of right now, is if there is gonna be some people that will happen to make an appearance in the live chat, then you could say that I might consider addressing like a thing or two. But I just want to make sure if there is gonna be some people, in the live chat first. Yep. So, anyways, I guess it's just me, but I just activated my live chat just to make sure if there is going to be some people, because I want to make sure we could try to, continue more with this live stream, if there's going to be some people. Yep. But the way I see it though is if certain people are just busy with their personal lives, then that part I can, understand where, people are actually coming from. But the one thing that I want to be saying though, that is for certain though, is I just started this live stream. So if there's not really like, a lot of people, then more or less, I'm just going to go on ahead and just be waiting for those types of people, because I want to make sure if I could try to continue more with this live stream going forward. Yep. But to the people that have been watching, my live streams, you could say as of recently, I just greatly appreciate it, and I want to make sure if I can, try to continue more with these live streams. Yep. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though is, if there happens to be some people in the live chat, then we can go on ahead and just talk about some random topics though, because the way I see it though is I just, enjoy the fact that, if people are in the live chat, then more or less I can just go on ahead and just talk about some random topics and whatnot. Yep. So, anyways, I'm not quite sure what I should be discussing though as of right now, but you could say that I would just leave it up to people in the live chat if they just want to go on ahead and just, say their piece for the meantime. Yep. So I'm gonna go on ahead and just wait patiently just to make sure if there is gonna be some people that will happen to make an appearance in the live chat though, because the way I see it though is I just enjoy doing these types of live streams, especially to the people that have been, enjoying, these types of live streams so far. Yep. So, anyways, I think as of right now, I don't see any, people in the live chat, but not to worry. I'm just gonna go on ahead and just, wait patiently just to make sure if there is gonna be some people or so. But I just, greatly appreciate, that's the one thing I want to say. I just greatly appreciate the people that have been, tuning in for my live streams and whatnot. And the way I see it though, as of right now, is I honestly can't wait to be making more of these types of live streams in the future or so. But I'll just do them whenever that I can try to be, to be doing them for you people. Yep. So, anyways, let me see if there is some people in the live chat. I don't think there is, but regardless, I'm just gonna go on ahead and just, wait patiently just to make sure if there is gonna be some people in the live chat because I want to make sure if I could try to, continue more with this live stream so that way, people are literally able to express themselves and whatnot. Yep. So, anyways, so far, unfortunately, you could say that I don't see any action though, but I am gonna go on ahead and just, wait patiently or so. Yep. But if there is some people that happen to make an appearance in the live chat, then I really do hope to those people are actually gonna be, having good days and whatnot. Yep. And not to mention, if they are doing well for themselves. Yep. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just, check something out really quick because I just want to make sure if I could try to continue more with this live stream because I just greatly appreciate, you people that have been, tuning in so far. I'm just saying if there is going to be some people that will happen to be, tuning in and whatnot. Yep. So, anyways, other than that, I'm not quite sure what I should be, talking about, but regardless, though, I'm just gonna go on ahead and just, wait very patiently just to make sure if there is gonna be some people, so that way I could try to, get this live stream up and running, or rather, continue more with this live stream. So that is the one thing that I want to say, though. Yep. But if one thing that I want to say though is if there happens to be any people in the live chat, then go on ahead and just say your piece, and I'm gonna go on ahead and just check it out. Yep. Okay, so I might consider letting people know that I'm actually doing this live stream, but it's up to the people if they want to have a chance to make an appearance in the live chat, and then I'll be able to see what they are going to be saying. Yep. So, anyways, other than that, one thing that I do want to say though, as of right now, is wait, let me check out one thing. I just feel as of right now, you could say that I believe we are in the middle of this month, which is the month of January. So the way I see it though, this should be interesting the way I see it. But anyways, if people actually really want to say their piece, then go on ahead and just say it because one thing that I want to say though that is for certain though is most likely that this live stream is going to be continuing, and I do want to make sure if there really is going to be some people that will happen to make an appearance because one thing that I want to say though as of right now is most likely that this live stream is going to be continuing, and I just want to make sure if there happens to be any people in the live chat. But I think as of right now, there are certain people that are just busy with their personal lives, which that part I can understand though. But if there happens to be some people in the live chat, then these live streams will be all the more interesting or so. And I just want to make sure if there is going to be some people that will happen to make an appearance or so. Yep. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is if there happens to be some people, just go on ahead and just say your piece. But hopefully, I could just come up with some, random topics or whatnot because I want to make sure if I can, make this live stream all the more interesting or so. Because the way I see it though is okay. I am gonna say this so as of right now is you could say from like the past previous live streams that I have been doing, you could say they have been like going good. Yes, they have been going good, and not to mention interesting. But mostly to me, they have been like interesting for the most part, anyway. And I really do hope that I can make more live streams that are going to be like that though. But I do want to make sure if there's going to be people in the live chat that will be having a good time, and not to mention, I want to see if I can try to make it more than a good time. You could say I want to make it more than that. You could say like a fun time to an extent. Yep. Because the way I see it though, as of right now, is I do enjoy making these types of live streams, especially for the people that have been tuning in for this group channel, and I honestly can't wait to be making some more live streams or so. But I'm not gonna say like the full detail when it comes to like my upcoming live streams, but you people are gonna have to be tuning in for that. So I really do hope that whenever I get the chance, I really do hope that I'll be able to be providing some more live streams in the future. So, but until then, you people are gonna have to be waiting for that. Yep. So that is the one thing that I am gonna be saying though. And not to mention, there is, at least one or two things that I might consider addressing or so. But if I can't be addressing it when it comes to this live stream, then most likely I'm going to see if I could try to, how do I say this? I'm going to see if I could try to address it in one of my future live streams or so. But at the same time, I want to make sure if you people can just, stay surprised and whatnot. Yep. Because the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is there is going to be some interesting things that will be happening, especially for this group channel, and not to mention my live streams. But until then, you people are just going to have to be, tuning in for that for the most part. So I want to make sure you people are going to be surprised. But again, I'm not going to be saying like, the full details because I just want to make sure if you people are going to be, staying surprised and whatnot. Yep. But the way I see it though is I think that certain people might be, busy with their personal lives, but I can't really force the people in the to be in my live chat, but it's up to them if they actually want to express themselves. But I just want to make sure if there really is going to be some people in the live chat because most likely I'm going to be continuing to be saying my piece, of course, and I just want to make sure people are actually going to be having a good time. And I really do hope that people in the live chat are actually going to be having more than a good time. You could say a fun time because if people do happen to have a fun time in the live chat, then what it should mean is people are just trying to have fun and not to mention are just being good to themselves and whatnot. Yep. So anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and just, check out something really quick and okay, so far I'm not really seeing like any people though, but I really do hope that, there is gonna be some more people that will happen to be tuning in. And so, yep. But for the time being, though, I'm just gonna go on ahead and just let people express themselves, so that way they'll be able to be tuning in when it comes to this live stream and whatnot, and not to mention this group channel as a whole. Because the way I see it though is I do enjoy making these types of live streams, especially for you people, especially when I have done previous live streams that I have been doing or so. Yep. And I honestly cannot wait to be making more of these types of live streams or so. But until then, you people are gonna have to be, just tuning in for the most part anyway. Because the way I see it though is when it comes to this group channel, especially when it comes to like the future live stream, I could say the full details, but I want to make sure you people are actually going to be, surprised in a way. Yep. So, anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and just, be waiting for a bit, and then most likely that this live stream is gonna be continuing. But the one thing that I am gonna be saying though is, if there is literally, you know, people in the live chat, go on ahead and just say your piece because one thing that I want to say though is most likely that this live stream is gonna be continuing. But at the same time, I can understand if certain people are just busy with their personal lives. Because the way I see it though is one thing is for certain though is this live stream is going to be continuing, and I just want to make sure if there is actually going to be some actual people that will happen to make an appearance and whatnot. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there really is going to be some actual people, but if there's not really going to be like not a lot of people, then I can't really say anything too much about that. But what I can say though, as of right now, is I really do hope that people will happen to make an appearance or so. Yep. So, anyways, other than that, I'm gonna see if I can try to come up with some, random topics, so that way, that will happen to. Yes, that's the one thing that I am gonna be saying right now. So I really do hope that there'll be happen to be some people in the live chat. Yep. I mean, I do appreciate the fact that at least some people happen to make an appearance on my, you could say previous live streams or so, but this is the one that I am currently doing though as of right now. And I just want to make sure if I could try to, say my piece about this, and then, we can go on ahead and just talk about some, other things and whatnot. Yep. But to the people in the live chat, if there happens to be any people, go on ahead and just say your piece, because, if there happens to be any comments in the live chat, then that's what makes these types of live streams all the more interesting, of course. Yep. And not to mention, I just appreciate every last one of you, and I do want to make sure if I could try to, continue more with this live stream and whatnot. Yep. So anyway, to the people in the live chat, just go on ahead and just say your actual piece, so that way I could try to, continue more with this live stream. Yep. But anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is I guess you could say that I did start some live streams as far as, the beginning of this year, or should I say rather, when it comes to this month as a whole. Wait, as a whole? Well, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is we are in this month, which is, the month of, January. So I believe we're like in the middle, you could say. But I really do hope that, interesting things will be happening when it comes to this month, of January and whatnot. But so far, I don't think there's nothing new as of right now. But I really do hope when something new, that is going to be happening, then, I can go on ahead and just talk about it. And I really do hope that you people will be happen to be, tuning in for like those types of live streams that I will be talking about. Yep. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is while I'm actually going to be waiting for people though, all I can really say as of right now is I really do hope that I'll be able to be making some interesting live streams so far. I mean, as far as, this one, the one that I'm doing though, is I don't believe I see anything interesting though, unless of course if there is some people in the live chat, and if people in the live chat want to say something that is new, then they are more than welcome to actually say their piece if they actually want to. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though is this live stream is most likely going to be continuing, and I'm going to go on ahead and just say, my actual piece before if I were to, continue more with this live stream and whatnot. Yep. But what I can say though, as of right now, is I really do hope that, there will be some people that will happen to be tuning in. But if I'm not really seeing a lot of people, then I can't really say my piece about that too much or so. But the one thing that I want to say though, that is for certain though, is I just really greatly appreciate, the people that have been, tuning in so far. But it's like this. I do appreciate the fact that, when it comes to like my, how do I say this, my previous live streams that I have been doing, I do appreciate the people that happen to make an appearance on those past live streams. But I really do hope that people can have that same energy with this live stream or so. Because one thing that I want to say though, that is for certain though, is most likely I'm just gonna go on ahead and just say more of my piece on this, and then yeah, we'll just, go from there. Yep. So anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and just, I'm actually just, waiting just to make sure if people will be making an appearance. But regardless, I'm gonna go on ahead and just, be waiting for them. So that is the one thing that I am gonna be saying. Yep. So, anyways, one thing that I do want to say though, as of right now, is I really do hope that interesting things will be happening when it comes to this group channel or so. And not to mention though, one thing, well, at least I can address this one thing or so, which I am going to be saying though as of right now, is I really do hope that, and I get that I am the leader of this group channel, but okay, so one thing that I am going to be saying though is this. The point that I'm trying to be making though as of right now is what I was going to say though. Oh, that's right. So it's not just me, but I really do hope, like, if it happens, like, if the so-called new members happen to, make their own content, then I really do hope that they'll be able to be providing their own content, of course. Yep. But the one thing that I am going to be saying, though, as of right now, is I can't really speak for them, though, but all I can really do is just wait and see if they are going to be able to be providing, their own content and whatnot. Yep. So that is the one thing that I am going to be saying going forward to the people that, have been tuning in. Yep. So, anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is I really do hope that, there really is going to be some people or so because, it's like this. If people happen to actually say the piece in live chat, or should I say rather engage in the live chat by saying some random topics and whatnot, then more or less, I think more, you could say, this live stream will be all the more interesting. So that's just how I actually see things. Yep. But I might consider letting some, people know about this live stream, but keep this in mind. I can't really speak for them though, but what I can say though as of right now is it's up to the people themselves if they just want to have a chance to just say their actual piece in the live chat. But as of right now, I'm just waiting, patiently just to make sure people are actually going to be, saying their actual piece, you could say. So that is the one thing that I want to be saying though going forward. Yep. But I think as of right now though is thankfully I'm just, at least saying some random topics though, if there is gonna be some actual people that will happen to make an appearance or so. But I really do hope though, like, okay, here is the bottom line. Like, I'm pretty sure that I can't, force people to be in the live chat because it's up to them though. But in a way, I really do hope that people are actually going to be doing their thing when it comes to their personal lives. Well, I can understand if they are doing that though, but yeah. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is more or less, I'm going to see if I can try to continue more with this live stream because I just want to make sure if you people happen to be tuning in, and I'll be able to be providing these types of live streams, especially for you people that have been enjoying this. But unfortunately, I don't really see a lot of people though in the live chat, or I don't think there's any people in the live chat. But I really do hope that I'll be able to be seeing them more in the live chat or so. I'm not quite sure. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is if people are really going to have a chance to make an appearance, then that's entirely up to them, of course. Yep. So, anyways, I'm not quite sure what else to be talking about, but I at least address one thing or so. I might consider addressing some other things, like at least I don't know, another topic or so. But the one thing that it is going to be continuing is this live stream, and I just want to make sure if I could try to keep this keep this live stream up and going. Yep. So I'm gonna go on ahead and just be waiting for some comments because I just want to make sure if people are actually gonna be expressing themselves and whatnot. Because the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is I just greatly appreciate you people that have been in the live chat, and yeah, that's the one thing that I am gonna be saying. Okay, I have to check something, so I'll be back. Okay, I am back. So the one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now is I just went on ahead and took that, 5 minute delay because I wanted to get myself like a drink of water and whatnot. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there happens to be any people in the live chat. And unfortunately, there is not really a lot of people in the live chat. But one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now is most likely that this live stream is going to be continuing. And I just want to make sure people are actually just, saying their piece for the most part anyway. Yep. Anyways, let me go on ahead and just take a look at this for myself. And unfortunately, I don't really see like a lot of people though, which is, a bit unfortunate. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though is this live stream is most likely going to be continuing. And yeah. Okay, so let me go on ahead and see if I have an update. And unfortunately, I don't really see any updates so far, but not to worry because this live stream is going to be continuing because I just want to make sure if, people are actually able to express themselves in the live chat going forward. Yep. So if there literally happens to be like any people in the live chat, then go on ahead and just say your piece. And then most likely I'm just going to go on ahead and just, continue going forward. Yep. Okay. So let me see if there really is going to be some actual comments, but if there's not really going to be any comments, then I'm not quite sure what else I should be, saying though. Okay, so anyways, I just got an update and it should be from Discord, but I'm not too worried about it. So anyways, I do apologize if I was, a bit distracted though, but I want to see if I can, get back to more with this live stream because that's the one thing that I should be focusing on. Yep. So it is a bit unfortunate that I don't really see a lot of people in the live chat, but one thing that I am going to be saying though is I've already, said this and I guess I can go on ahead and just, say it though. One thing that I want to say though that is for certain though is most likely that this live stream is going to be continuing because I just want to see if I can say, more of my piece about this, you could say. Because I just want to make sure if people are actually able to express themselves. Yep, going forward. So, anyways, the one thing that I am going to be saying though is I believe I've already addressed what I needed to address though. So I really do hope that I can just come up with some other random topics or whatnot because so that way I can try to continue more with this live stream. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there is going to be some, comments though. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna go on ahead and see who is here, or I believe who is here, right now. We've got Xlenium. How's it going? Anyways, it's good to see you right now, Xlenium. So the one thing I want to say to you is this: hopefully that you are doing well for yourself, and not only that, hopefully that you're having a good day so far. So that is the one thing I want to say in regards to you, Xlenium. But I'm just thankful that you are here in my live chat, so that way you can make things all the more interesting for so. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to you, but I'm gonna go on ahead and just see, what you are gonna be saying. Yep. Okay, so let me see if there's going to be some other comments because I just want to make sure if I could try to continue more with this live stream. Okay, so let me see what you are saying or what I believe you are saying as of right now, Xenium. got here before the trolls and puppets. Oh, okay. So the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is I am just thankful that you are here in my live chat as of right now. So, and I'm actually just, I'm actually just surprised that you are just, I believe you're like the first person in my live chat. But one thing that I want to say though, that is for certain though, is most likely that this live stream is going to be continuing. And I just really appreciate that you are just here. But let me go on ahead and see if, what you are going to be saying though. Okay, so let me go on ahead and take a quick look at these comments though, because there should be some more. And I do want to make sure if, there is going to be some comments. Let me see what X Lenim is saying or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. And hello there, Umbrella Robster. Yep, I can see that you are in my live chat as of right now, Xenium, and that's the one thing that I do appreciate from you. But you're more than welcome to actually say your piece in the live chat some more if you actually want to, because I'm just I should be like really thankful that you are just here or so. Like I really am. And most likely that this live stream is going to be continuing, so and I'm just very thankful that you are actually here. Yep. So let me go on ahead and just take a quick look just to make sure if there is going to be some other comments, because I just want to make sure if this live stream is going to be continuing. Okay, so let me see what Xlenium is saying or what I believe he's saying right here, right now. Yes, busy, but doing well. Oh, okay. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and just take a quick look just to make sure if there is going to be some actual comments or so. Because one thing that I am going to be seeing, though, that is for certain, though, is this live stream is going to be continuing. And if there is going to be some people that will happen to make an appearance, then most likely I'm going to go on ahead and, let those people in. Yep. So let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some more comments, especially from, the one and only, or should I say the almighty Exlenium. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just take a quick look at this, because so far this live stream is becoming interesting. And that's the one thing that I want to say though. Okay, let me see what Exlenium is saying or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. Just got home from Walmart. Oh, okay. So the one thing I want to say as of right now to you, Exlinium, is if you want to have a chance to, join, the panel, then most likely I'm going to see if I can send it to you as of right now. But keep this in mind, it's up to you if you want to have a chance to join, but, the choice is up to you if you want to have a chance to join. So I'm going to see if I can, do what I am going to be doing, and the choice up to you if you just want to have a chance to, join or so. Okay, so let me see if I can have a chance to send it to you if you want to have a chance to join. Okay, so anyways, there we go. That should be able to do it. Let me see what X Lenny is going to be saying or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. Just putting the groceries away, but I'll be here. Oh, okay. So, anyways, the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is you should be able to have the link if you want to have a chance to join. But keep this in mind, it's up to you if you want to have a chance to join, but I don't know. But there is one thing that I am going to be saying though, but let me see if I can get to the comments first before I'm able to say my piece about this. So, yeah. So, anyways, I just got done, sending the link, if it is going to be happening. So, yeah. But let me go on ahead and see if there's going to be some other comments though before if I were to, let some people in or so. Okay, let me see what Eklenim is saying or what I believe he's saying as of right now. That's right, Umbrella. Oh, okay. Well, I do appreciate that, you just said that, but I think it's most likely time for me to say what I was going to say though as of right now, and you should be able to be interested of what I'm actually going to be saying as of right now, Exenium. Okay, so I'm just saying though, if you are, still here, still here in the live chat, I can't believe it has been like I believe about like a week since I did that, birthday stream for you. So it should be like last week or so, but most likely that that live stream is going to be staying exactly where it is because the one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is I just appreciate that you were in my live chat. I mean, mentioned you were not in my streamer panel, but I appreciate it regardless. Let me see what X Lenny going to be saying, or what I believe he's going to be saying right here, right now. The Almighty, the High and Mighty Exlenium, the GOAT, GOAT. Oh, okay. Well, that's the one thing that, that should be good. That's actually good that you just said that as of right now, Exlenium, because, you just, tell it how it is. And not to mention, when it comes to, making gaming content, I just appreciate that you are just, doing your own thing or so. But regardless, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if you want to have a chance to, come into, my panel if you actually want to say your piece. But if you just want to remain in the live chat, then I can respect your decision. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there's gonna be something new. And so far, I'm not really seeing anything new as of right now. But I'm gonna see if I could try to continue more with this, live stream and whatnot. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and see if there really is going to be some actual action or so when it comes to this live stream, though. But I just greatly appreciate that at least there is one person in the live chat, and I've already said this once, and I will say it again. It's none other than the Almighty Exlenium, and it's right there, especially with this. Give me one second, really quick. Okay, so it should be on his so-called YouTube handles. I mean, I think that's what they're called. I don't know. But I really do hope if I, were to get that correctly or so. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and just see if there is actually going to be some, how do I say this? Some more comments and whatnot. But if there's not going to be all that much new comments, though, then I'm not quite sure what else to be discussing, though. But I just want to make sure if I could try to continue more with this live stream before if I were to, I mean, you could say that this live stream is going to be continuing. It's like I'm not going to like call it a stream as of yet. Like that's not what I'm going to be doing. But I just want to make sure if there is actually going to be some actual people that will happen to be engaging in the live chat. Well, my live chat, of course. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just take a look to see if there is actually going to be some other people or so, because this live stream is most likely going to be continuing. And not to mention, I just want to make sure people are actually going to be having a good time. Yep. Okay, so far I'm not really seeing any, new comments or so, but I just appreciate like at least one person was in the live chat. So I really do hope that there's going to be some, other people, of course. Yep. But one thing that I want to say though is so far that this live stream is becoming, well, I wouldn't say it's like, more interesting, but I'm just gonna say just interesting so far. Yep. So anyways, other than that, let me go on ahead and just see if there is gonna be some, wait, hold on. I just saw someone backstage, but now all of a sudden now it's saying device is not connected or so. Okay, I'm gonna go on ahead and start the procedure. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this will work. Okay, transfer, Xlenium, scanner, Xlenium, virtualization.
Hey, what's going on, umbrella? How are you? Yeah, I don't know. StreamYard must have changed something. I don't know what it is. I didn't read the whole thing. They say like January 1st. I have to like refresh my page or use like Skype or Zoom. I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing because I didn't have the time to. But yeah, I always thought StreamYard is full of crap, which is why I stopped using StreamYard because it's BS. But anyway, I'm thank you very much for inviting me here. Though. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. StreamYard do rules. Just StreamYard is stupid. It's more stupid than Discord, to be honest with you. So that's why I was trying to go on StreamYard with my phone, but it wouldn't let me because of these new updates. So went to my computer, same thing, and here I am. So,
Yep. So, anyways, the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, Exenium, is I do appreciate that you happen to come into my streamer panel. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is I can't believe it has been like I would say about like a week or so since I did your birthday stream for you.
yes, and thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for wishing me a happy birthday. I appreciate it. You're awesome, umbrella. Thank you again for the support. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the almighty X Lenium. Sorry, I just like to say
You can go on it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know, fix my camera. Hold on. I gotta go. No, not you know what? Not now. Maybe after this conversation, I'll go fix my camera. My camera's not broken. It's the StreamYard website itself. It sucks. That's why I stopped using StreamYard because it's stupid with all these updates and new changes, and I hate that. Like if it ain't broken, they'll fix it. But nope, they decided to change it to make things better, but instead they just make things worse. They're supposed to do 2 steps forward, but they went 10 steps backwards.
I see.
Yeah,
But anyways, the one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now is yes, I just greatly appreciate that you have been being in here, been supporting me so far. And one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now is I can't believe. Wait, hold on. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, so let me see if I can try to get Exilium back in here. I think he got disconnected. Okay, here we go. Virtualization.
yeah, that what you call it now. Again, that was StreamYard news rule. I was about to put my camera on, but instead just kicked me out. Yeah, StreamYard sucks. That's why I stopped using StreamYard. I use PlayStation Network instead because it's easier now. But StreamYard, these new update changes, it sucks now. I hate it. Yeah, StreamYard. I mean, if you like StreamYard, more power to you. That's completely fine. But me, I don't like StreamYard. I never was a huge StreamYard fan, and right now, still to this day, I still don't like it because of their new updates.
Okay then.
Yeah, hold on just a second.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
so
just checking. Okay, okay. Now keep on, keep going. You're good.
okay then. Yep. So one thing that I want to say though, when it comes to StreamYard as a platform, for me personally, I never once had an issue with it. But you could say though, it's like yeah, like some of the settings can be different though. But all I need is just a headset, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy years ago, but I don't know. Over the years, it's like they make it more complicated. I don't know why they do that. And again, I hate complicated. I like simple. That's always been me, simple.
Yep.
They try to make things for the better, but no, but again, they take 10 steps backwards instead of taking 2 steps forwards. That's why I hate StreamYard. Because the way they program their system, just like Discord. I mean, Discord, I kind of got used to it right now. I still hate Discord here and there, But at this moment right now, I hate StreamYard because they're doing the same mistake what Discord is doing, making it complicated. They seem like they're making it easy, but no, they're making it more difficult.
I see.
That's just me. That's just me. I don't know about you. Maybe you could get it easier because you've been on StreamYard many times. Me, I have not been on StreamYard. I think that the last time I've been on StreamYard, um, it was like last year in the fall or the summer, right? It took me more than half an hour just to get into StreamYard. And then I realized that I got the both microphone and camera on block mode. I saw a YouTube video which I get in StreamYard and it worked. So, but other than that, yeah, StreamYard's a pain in the ass to get in sometimes, especially if you don't use it much. If you start using StreamYard like almost every day, or I should say most of the times like you do, yes, it's easy. But see, the thing is, I don't usually use StreamYard, which is why I'm having trouble to get in because the way they make their system is so tedious and complicated. And again, that's why I hate StreamYard because sometimes it's just so complicated to get it in to get in the website. So that's just me right there. I know you it's not happening like that because you've been on StreamYard most of the times, but I don't. That's why.
Oh, okay. Now I can understand.
Yeah, they the updates are just making it more complicated just to log in. That's what I'm saying for sure.
Okay,
Hold,
so
hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Let me just get a drink of water. Hold on. Hold on.
okay
I'm
then.
not leaving. I'm not leaving. Hold on.
Okay, take your time. So, anyways, now I want to say my piece on this. So you heard it from the one and only, the Almighty Exenium. So the way I see it right now, if people are going to be tuning in for this, then I guess the way I see it though is if I were to try to use StreamYard more, then it would be more simple, you could say. Yep. So, anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and just wait for the Almighty Exlenium for to actually, come in and say his piece though. So now all I can really say is now it does make sense if I were to use, StreamYard more, then it just, makes it all the more simple. So yeah.
All right, I'm back. Yes, exactly, umbrella. Just like you said. Exactly, just like you said. Like the more you use StreamYard, the more easier it gets. But if you don't use StreamYard often, like I do, and especially these unaware updates that came up, yeah, so it makes it complicated just to log in itself. So that's why I hate StreamYard because
Okay.
they adds like they add something that no one asks for, you know. Oh, okay. So
Oh,
anyway, no, I'm just checking out something, but yeah.
okay.
By the way, my microphone's on, right? Yeah, it's on. I just want to make sure if my microphone's on. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Hold a sec. Oh, I want to check this out. There you go. All right, put that in history and okay, all right. No, I'm just making sure. But yeah, my day was going swell. One more. Yeah, going swell. Umbrella. Sorry. My apologies. Yeah, I'm like all over the place, but I'm all right. I'll let you talk
Okay.
because I don't want to take over your stream, though.
Nah, you're good. I mean, the way I see it right now is like I just, have a chance to let people express themselves. I mean, I think the majority of this live stream, it was mostly just me, but since you're actually here as of right now, Exenium, you can go on ahead and just say whatever that you want to say now.
Well, not much. I mean, my day is actually very good. Busy as usual, but it's very good. I just got back from Walmart doing groceries, and Monday, despite being Martin Luther King's birthday, which is on Monday, I'm still going back to work. This week was not my week though. Even though I had a good day today, but the other previous days I did not. Too cold.
I agree.
Yeah, too cold. Yeah, I know. Even if I live in the south side, it's still too damn cold outside. Oof.
Yep. Well, one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is I don't
Mhm.
understand why certain areas have to be like so cold. Well, but then again, we are in this month, which is January though. But it's like even if we were to live like how do I say this? Even on an island, it's still cold.
Yeah. December, January, and February are the coldest. That's cold. That's winter for you, umbrella.
Yep.
So that's winter for you. Yep. December, January, February. But I know. Right after January, it's going to get better for sure. Like it is going to get better once the cold weather start dying down. And then that tropical warm comes by. It's going to get better.
Yep.
And so anyway, so by the way, how was your day, umbrella? If you don't mind asking.
Okay, so to answer your question though, like my day has been like going okay so far, but since you're here, now it's actually a good one though. But one thing that I am gonna be saying though as of right now, hopefully that my day will be good later on or so.
Cool, cool. Is it cold, chilly? Wait. Is it cold, chilly, or mild, or warm where you at?
Okay,
Don't tell me the city. Just don't tell me the city. Just say either one. Is it don't tell me the place or the city because of trolling reasons. Just say either it's cold or chilly or warm. Either one, whatever it is. Just pick one.
okay. So from my experience as of right now, you could say that there are days where it can be either hot or cold, but as of right now, it's just mild in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, it was chilly, but then it got mild and slightly warm here. But tonight the temperature is going to drop again, and it's going to be um chilly. But Sunday is going to get really cold. Sunday night mostly, it's going to get really cold. It's going to drop down to the 30s again.
I see.
I think it was like last. I don't know if it was this week or last week. It hit down to the 20s. I said, "Holy cow, that is freaking cold." It hit the 20s where I was living. I couldn't even go out.
I see. Well, one thing that I want to say though is that's actually a bit shocking or so. But anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though as of right now is I believe that we have just reached the 1 hour mark. So to the people that are watching this, so I'm going to see if I could try to keep this live stream for another 30 more minutes, and after that, I'm going to end the live stream around the 1 hour and 30 minute mark.
Woo! 1 hour mark. 1 hour mark. Give me a one. Give me a H. Give me a O. Give me a U. Give me a R. And a mark. 1 hour mark. Dun, dun, okay, never mind. Sorry. But yeah, this has been a nice, chill, relaxing stream. I mean, I know like a lot of people is not showing up though. Tough crowd. I think the only two people is here is you and Brother Robster and this cool dude by the name of the Almighty Exlenium. And there's this duck by the name of StreamYard. So those are the only people that are here.
Yep.
Yeah, this duck right here, my name is StreamYard. By the way, nice. I duck got a nice headset. I thought it was a little bit of a Skype logo, but no, that's our StreamYard logo.
Yep.
By the way, can I ask you one simple question, Umbrella?
Go on ahead, Exlenium.
Do you miss Skype? Yes or no?
Okay, so when it comes to the platform Skype, I have heard of it though. Like, I try to see if I can try to get used to it. But to answer your question though, I don't believe I have tried Skype, but it would have been cool if I tried it out though. But sadly though,
Wow.
it's not around. It's not around anymore.
Damn, you haven't even tried Skype. Holy crap! You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna be straight honest forward, and I got nothing to hide. Okay, um, a few might be a little shocked by saying this, but I'm just gonna say this anyway. Wait, okay, that's my phone, but where is it? Oh, it's on the bed. Okay, cool. I have never, ever, not once used MySpace. I don't know if you ever heard of that website. It's called. You ever heard of MySpace?
Yes, I have heard of it.
I've never used MySpace before. Never. Because around MySpace was blowing up in the late 2000s. I've never owned a computer around that time. I think the first time I've ever owned a computer was 2009 or 2010. But around there, I used a website called Facebook, but not MySpace. Because people was telling me, "Oh, MySpace is dead. Don't use it. Facebook is better." Yeah, I mean, so I use Facebook instead. Facebook and YouTube. Dude, those Facebook and YouTube were the only two websites I've ever used. Was Facebook and YouTube. When I first got my first computer, it was like I think it was like a Windows. It was a Windows XP, which I don't remember much. But then, like, not even a year later, I owned a Windows 11 laptop and What was it? What was it? Windows 7? Yeah, it was a Windows 7 laptop, and I fell in love with Windows 7. Like when I my brother had Vista, I used to own a Windows XP laptop, which I didn't really know much. And Windows 7 laptop, I bought another one. Not even a year later, I bought another one. And from there on out, I fell in love with Windows 7. From Windows 7 forward, I fell in love with. So that was actually the first main computer I've ever bought was Windows 7. And I loved it. And still to this day, I still love Windows 7. Windows 8 was okay. It did run faster, but it wasn't as good as Windows 7. And then there's Windows 8.1, which it's I don't know. I kind of like the same results in my honest opinion, but just slightly better because I think Windows 8.1 had more features, but it wasn't much improvement. It was an improvement, but not by much. And then Windows 10 came by, and I love Windows 10. Now we're at Windows 11, which I like Windows 11 more. Do I still miss Windows 10? Yes, I do. Yes. I think Umbrella must have fallen asleep.
Actually, I'm still here. I'm just listening.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thanks. I know I'm not much of a talker, but yeah. Yeah. So I heard of MySpace, but I've never really used one. Now Skype. Let's get back to the Skype thing. I did ask you a question that have you ever used Skype, and you said no. Which okay, that's cool. That's cool. Skype it was kind of like Messenger. It was very similar to Messenger. You could do like a little less on Skype than on Messenger because I've noticed that Skype and Facebook Messenger look very much similar because of the colors. The white and the baby blue sky blue colors, like the baby blue sky blue colors. I just want to say blue just to make it easier. The light blue and the white colors of Skype is very similar to the Facebook Messenger layout. But I believe Facebook Messenger, there's actually more features in Facebook Messenger than it is on Skype. Skype was very simple. but it was still usable. It was fun and usable. The quality wasn't great at the time, but at the time a lot of people used it. Now, I think 2017, Discord was blowing up and was getting more popular now. And people from Skype slowly leaving little by little to go to Discord. From 2017 forward, Discord was like blowing up. Skype was slowing dying. But you know what I think was kill Skype? You know what I think would kill Skype? It was that movie, um, Unfriended. I don't know if you ever heard this movie called Unfriended. Unfriended killed Skype, in my honest opinion. I think it was from a movie called Unfriended that killed Skype. Because around that time, people was using Skype. No, this Discord wasn't like it wasn't well known at the time yet. I think it came out like 2015, but it took them like a couple of years just for them to blow up. So just let you know. Oh, one people watching. So yeah, so it's pretty much the Umbrella and X show or the X and Umbrella show.
Yep. So, anyways, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, I do apologize if I happen to stay quiet though, but you know, I will give you credit where credit is due, Exlenium, that at least you're actually trying to keep this conversation going, and that's the one thing I do appreciate from you.
Yeah, I'm still a little full from having that new Little Caesars. I think it's like slice and stick that cost like $4.99, which I will admit it was very, very good. It was very good. But let me tell you something right now. I miss when they had that lunch special, the four square slices and the soda for $5. That was amazing. But the reason why they don't sell that no more because of inflation. That's why inflation. So they got the slices and the sticks for $4.99, but drinks are not included. So therefore, you're spending another $3 on drinks. But overall, the lunch meal was actually worth it because it will get you full. And I'm not gonna lie, I will admit, right? I love Detroit style pizza. I really do. Even though I'm originally from New Jersey, but I really do love Detroit style pizza because just like a lunch meal, that could get you full for the rest of the day, and for like $5 to $8, it's worth it. Oh,
I see. But one thing that I am gonna be saying though as of right now is now that you actually brought up, that restaurant Little Caesar, I would have to say that they actually made some good pizzas. But then again, there's like other pizza restaurants that are actually, good to try out.
yeah, no, Little Caesars is great. It's amazing. I love it. There's some parts of Little Caesars you should get stay away from. One of those the cheesy puffs. I know they're $3.99. I know they're affordable, but the taste wise, it wasn't that good. Um, the pineapple pizza and Little Caesars is not that great. I usually try the cheese pizza is all right. The pepperoni is delicious. The bestest pepperoni is delicious. Mushroom pizza is delicious from Little Caesars. The sausage pizzas from Little Caesars delicious, and the supreme pie from Little Caesars is delicious. The cheesy breadsticks are good. The crazy garlic breadsticks are good. That's worth trying. But the cheesy puffs, the little circle things, are not that great. Just my honest opinion. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna get a little more drink of water just a second. I'll be here. I'm not leaving. Hold on.
Okay, take your time.
Time for more water. Time for more water.
Yep. So anyway, to the people that are going to be tuning in, be tuning in for this live stream, I would just, appreciate if people just happen to do that though, because you heard it from the one and only, and I'm going to say this as of right now, the almighty Xlenium, and I would recommend to the people, when it comes to the Umbrella Corporation, I would just recommend checking out, Xlenium's, main channel, of course, because the way I see it, he actually does make some good gameplay walkthroughs and whatnot.
All right, I'm back. Welcome back.
Yep.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. I'm back once again. Well, 1 hour, 12 minutes mark. I know. Probably the most quietest chill stream ever. But, sometimes the chill streams can be the best ones. Nice and chill, having just a nice conversation, you know. So, yeah, it's just good. But hopefully, I'm sure that I'm not sure if more people's gonna come soon, but you just never know. Maybe it's just too soon. I guess. But yeah, overall about the Little Caesars pizza, they're very good. They are very very good pizzas. Trust me, I'm a huge fan of Little Caesar. Oh, and their deep dish pentangle pizzas, the Detroit style pizzas, delicious, delicious. So yeah, but
Okay.
yeah. Oh, and I forgot to tell you about the whole Skype situation. Skype is no longer exist. Microsoft shut it down because no one was using it anymore.
Yep. I heard about it.
Yeah. You know which I still miss to this very day? I miss Mixer. You ever heard this website called Mixer?
I don't know too much about it. What is that?
Oh, it's just like Twitch. But the difference is okay, Twitch is well, Twitch is its own website, right? They own Amazon, but Mixer was owned by Microsoft. Microsoft also had to shut that down because they find Facebook better for streaming than Mixer, which I highly disagree because Mixer was doing great. You know, I actually do like Mixer a lot. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I actually like Mixer more than Twitch, but it's gone now.
I see. But the way I see it, though, as of right now, Exlinium, I think there is an old saying. Let me see what the old saying is. Okay, so I think I know what it is. Okay, so this should be the one. All good things must come to an end, which is, I think that's something I disagree with, though.
All good things come to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I had fun with Mixer. Mixers was one of the only websites that I actually enjoyed more than Twitch. Just my honest opinion. Just my honest opinion. But Twitch is good. Twitch is actually good. But I really did miss Mixer. I really did. But it's whatever. It is what it is. But Twitch is all right. By the way, you don't hear that music in the background from my side, have you?
Wait, you're playing background music?
No, not me, but my neighbor is, and it's so loud I can actually hear from here. You're not hearing it too, are you? Yes or no?
As of right now, no.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Yeah, because I think this microphone is a cancellation background noise. But this microphone I'm using is very good. I have this microphone for right now 1 year and a half, a little over a year and a half, and it still works like brand new. I love it. I really love it. How's me drinking some water? So yeah, when I hit the hour 20 minutes mark, I actually got to go back. Put in some groceries away. And plus, I gotta double check a few things in the house. Just giving you a heads up. That's all.
Oh, okay. Well, I do appreciate that you were, one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, Extenium, is I just greatly appreciate that you were able to be in my streamer panel, and you just kept the conversation going. And we need more people like you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. So sorry, I'm taking a deep breath. This still a little tired from all that traveling today. I did a lot of work to do, a lot of work today, and tomorrow's Sunday, so I got to catch up with some things. So, which is going to be more of a laid back day, lay back and watch football. Which I'm actually doing that. I gotta get back watching football in a moment, though. I really do miss it. You know, I can actually enjoy a quiet time since those damn Philadelphia Eagles are eliminated. Thank goodness. I hate that team. Now I can actually watch the playoff in peace. Screw the Eagles. I hate Philadelphia. I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. Scumbag team, scumbag organization.
That's a good one.
But they,
Scumbag
but
organization.
Yeah, but they got eliminated by the San Francisco 49ers. Good riddance. I mean, I'm not a 49ers fan, but I'm just want to say thank goodness they eliminated the damn Eagles. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. But anyway, is again, brother, thank you very much for having me here. I'm gonna get going right now. I want to finish my house chores because it's getting late, and I still got a few things to do myself. So I want to catch up and I want to finish it for the day. So, brother Robster, much love and appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me here, and I'm going to head out. Okay, you have a great night. Cheers, and if it gets cold, stay warm. All right.
Okay.
All right. See ya. Have a good one. Thank you very much again. Ciao.
Okay. Bye, Exlenium. So, anyways, you heard it from the man himself. So, all I can really say as of right now is I just greatly appreciate that he was just here. And I really do hope that, people are going to be tuning in more for this live stream, though, or I'm not quite sure. But one thing that I am going to be saying, though, is I can't wait to be having some more conversations that are going to be like this, though. And I really do hope that they could be happening or so, like in the future or so. Yep. So, anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and actually try to finish things here, and then most likely I'm gonna go on ahead and just, wrap this stream up though in a bit or so. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and just, give me some time so that way I'm gonna go on ahead and just, wrap this up or so. So that's the one thing that I am gonna be doing. So, anyways, I believe that I'm gonna be, keeping this stream up for, another 10 more minutes or so. And then after that, I'm finally going to go on ahead and just, call this a stream. Yep. But, it's a bit unfortunate that there wasn't that much many people or so. But so far, it was just me and, the one and only, or should I say, the almighty Exlenium. So that is the one thing that I do want to say, though. And I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there is actually gonna be some more comments or so because, you know, I want to make sure if I can, wrap this up in a way. What I meant to say is I'm just gonna go on ahead and just wrap this stream up, but I'm gonna go on ahead and just, finish things here, and then I guess you could say that'll be it. So that's the one thing that I am gonna be saying. Yep. So, anyways, I really do hope that there is going to be people that will be happen to be tuning in for the stream some more, and yeah. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and just double check just to make sure if there is going to be some comments or so because it's about time for me to end things here. Okay, so let me go on ahead and just check it out really quick, really quick. Okay. So far, there's not really anything all that new though, and that's a bit unfortunate. So let me just, double check just to make sure if there is some other comments or so. But so far, I'm not really seeing anything all that new. Anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and see if there is actually a an update on Discord. Okay, so far I'm not really seeing anything all that new, which is, a bit unfortunate, but most likely I'm just gonna go on ahead and just, finish what I am gonna be starting, and that is wrapping up, the so-called live stream. Yep. So if there's gonna be some comments, go on ahead and say them as of right now because, in a little while I'm gonna go on ahead and actually, wrap up, this stream, you could say. So that is the one thing that I want to say in regards to the people that have been, tuning in for this stream. Yep. So that is the one thing that I want to say going forward. So, anyways, I really do hope that, there will happen to be some more people that will be, tuning in for this. And that's the one thing that I am saying though going forward. Yep. But the way I see it though, as of right now, is I honestly can't wait to be making some more live streams that are going to be like this. But you people are just gonna have to be, be tuning in for that. So I really do hope that that'll be the case. Yep. So I think it's about time for me to, wrap things up here. But first thing first, let me go on ahead and just, check out some last things, or should I say some final things before, if I were to, finish things up when it comes to this live stream. Yep. Anyways, it is a bit unfortunate. Like there wasn't, not a lot of live people. You know, wait, did I say that? I meant to say not a lot of people. Like, did I just say live people? It's like, what is that? But I meant to say is, a lot of people. Yep. So, anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and just, I am gonna check those right now, and I am gonna double check just to make sure if there is actually gonna be some, some comments or so, especially when it comes to these last ones or final ones. But so far, I don't believe I'm seeing anything all that new though. But I am gonna be saying what I am gonna be saying, and then after this will be it. Yep. Anyways, let me go on ahead and just, check out something. Okay, so I do believe that I'm gonna keep this, live stream in about like 5 minutes or so, and then after that, I'm just gonna go on ahead and just, call this a stream. Yep. So I'm gonna go on ahead and actually, actually finish things here, and then, that'll be it. So that is the one thing that I am gonna be saying though going forward. So let me see if there happens to be like an update really quick. So let me just go on ahead and just, check some things out before, if I were to, wrap things up here. Okay, so far I'm not really seeing anything all that new when it comes to these types of updates and whatnot. But the one thing that I am going to be saying though is I really do hope that you people have been, tuning in for this live stream, and that's the one thing that I just, greatly appreciate. And yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna just, just check really quick, or should I say double check rather, if there is gonna be some, last comments, or should I say final comments before, if I were to, call this, a stream. Because I've already said what I needed to say when it comes to this live stream, and I honestly can't wait to be making some more live streams that are going to be like this. And not to mention, I really do hope that you people will happen to be tuning in for these types of live streams or so. So all I can really say as of right now is just be sure to be, tuning in. So that way I'm going to see if I could try to, do these live streams some more in the future. But until then, you people are just going to have to be, tuning in for that. So yeah. So anyways, I guess you could say it's about that time for me to, finish things here. And yeah. So that is the one thing that I am going to be saying going forward. So, anyways, let me just go on ahead and just, check some things out before if I were to, end this off. Yep. So, any last comments, or should I say any final comments? Because it's about time for me to actually end this off. Yep. Okay, and I think so far I don't really see any of the so-called, last comments or final comments, but I just wanted to make sure before if I were to, wrap things up here, you could say. Yep. So I just want to make sure if this is going to be the case. Yep. Anyways, let me just go on ahead and just, actually, wrap things up here because it's about time for me to actually, finish things here though. Yep. So, anyways, one thing that I want to say though, as of right now, is I just really greatly appreciate, you people have been, here. And then, yeah, one thing that I am going to be saying though, as of right now, is it's about time for me to actually finish things off here. Yep. So, anyways, let me go on ahead and just check, or should I say double check? Okay. So I do believe in about like 1 minute, I'm gonna go on ahead and just finish things here because I've already said what I needed to say, and I really do hope that you people have been actually just been enjoying this. Yep. So I believe it's about that time for me to actually wrap this stream up. I believe, and I think that's the one thing that I am going to be doing. Unless, of course, if I could just try to keep this going for a bit, which I think most likely I could possibility try to do that or so. And then after this, I guess this will most likely just be it or so. So that is the one thing that I am going to be saying. Yep. But, you know, let me see. Let me just see if there is actually going to be some, last comments or should I say some final comments or so. Let me just double check. Okay, so you know what? I think most likely I'm gonna see if I can try to keep this live stream. You could say for another 2 more minutes or so, and then I guess after this will be it or so because I don't think there's not really else that needs to be said or so. So that is the one thing that I am going to be saying though, and I really do hope that you people will happen to be tuning in more when it comes to my future live streams and whatnot. Yep. So, anyways, I really do hope that you people have been, enjoying this live stream, and I can't wait to be making some more live streams that are going to be like this. And I would say that, I guess to an extent, this is, both a good one and a fun one. So that is the one thing that I want to say when it comes to this live stream that I am currently doing as of right now. So, but anyways, I do believe I'm going to be ending this in about like 1 more minute, and I guess for real this time. Yep. So all I can really say is right now is about time for me to finish things here. Yep. So, but anyways, I'm just gonna go on ahead and just check, or should I say double check, just to make sure if there is actually gonna be some last comments, or should I say final comments. But I believe I've already got to that already. So, anyways, I guess the one last thing or one final thing that I am gonna be saying though as of right now is this has been a good live stream and a fun live stream at the same time. So, anyways, I'm gonna be ending this live stream because I've already said what I had to say. But anyways, thank you for watching this dope live stream that I was currently doing as of right now. So give this live stream a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next upcoming live stream. Bye, everyone.